Hi everybody, hope you're well. Today I will read from a book titled The Taximen of Mumbai, Autobiographies and Automobilities in India by Bedi, published by University of Washington Press.
In this first book-length study of Mumbai's taxi industry and of the livelihoods that surround it, Bedi draws from the lives and voices of Chilia taxi drivers who have sustained a hereditary trade for more than a century. Bedi considers the Bombay taxi in all its forms, a material object that is driven, an economic and political connection, an expansion of kinship, an embodiment of urban time and technology, and more. She illustrates how the accumulation of capital in this masculinized and mobile trade depends on forms of fixed domestic labor and on ethics of care, and how connections among these factors impact the production and reshaping of working-class personhood and laboring subjects. From beginning to end, the world of Mumbai automobility unfolds through depiction of the sensory, embodied and political domains of taxi drivers' work. While most understandings of automobility remain tied to Western assumptions, patterns of driving, suburbanization, and engagements with the road, realities in the global South differ. Mumbai Taximen provides a correction to this ambivalence through a timely exploration of South Asian social, material, political, labor, and technological histories and practices of motoring. Bedi is Associate Professor of Anthropology at the University of Illinois at Chicago. She is author of The Dashing Ladies of Shiv Sena, Political Matronage in Urbanizing India. Waiting in traffic in a quivering Kalipili, a black and yellow car, without air conditioning, I am drenched in Mumbai's soggy summer. Rashid and I are sitting in a humid deluge at the traffic signal in the suburb of Andheri West, in the tangle of a late morning traffic. Rashid is a veteran Mumbai taxiwala from a family of hereditary drivers and mechanics. The bumpy road we left strewn behind us has snaked knots and vibrations into the depth of my stomach. These vibrations pull the sweat behind Rashid's ear down his face and into his silvery beard. An old plastic bottle of water, cruelly scalded from several weeks of the searing summer, rolls out from under the seat and onto my perspiring feet, only to roll back into hiding. The dregs of milky tea I had for breakfast tickle upward as an unpleasant but familiar sense of car sickness. As I struggle with my rolling stomach, nausea and irritation with the heat and traffic, Rashid remains focused and calm. How does he do this? I think to myself. Taxi drivers like Rashid in many parts of the world live every day amid conflicts, change, and urban onslaughts that they do not control. Yet, Rashid has kept coming back with his old vibrating car to the jam, smog, haze and noise for almost 50 years. As the taxi industry is changing all around him, he refuses to give up his hereditary taxi trade and refuses to join the new taxi industry that he is being told he should aspire to for a better life. What does Rashid's story of driving in Mumbai teach us about how urban workers inhabit, debate, and refuse change? Like Rashid, how do they continue to see their driving as dignifying work, and how do taxi drivers live honorable, ethical, and sensually fulfilled lives? These are the puzzles that drive this book. Rashid comes from a community of taxi drivers known as Chilia, who have been driving taxis in Bombay since the early 20th century. For almost a decade, I drove, lived with, and sensed the roads, the city and the upheavals in Mumbai's taxi trade with the Chillia taximen, mechanics and their families, who reside in a suburb of northern Mumbai called Patanwadi, place of the Pathans. To tackle the puzzle of what brings drivers like Rashid back onto the roads every day, this book explores the driving, repair, care and collective urban sensory knowledge that Chillia live with and participate in. Over 9 years, I observed the changes in Mumbai's taxi trade, from hereditary driving to taxi fleets to ride-share taxis like Uber and the Indian Ola cabs, from the vantage point of Chillia drivers and mechanics. As Chillia continue to live with the upheavals we now see in taxi industries in practically every part of the world, their stories remind us of how and why transporters continue to live with dignity and freedom even amid rapid change and attempts by both state and capital to devalue everything that gives them social value.
Ask for the book at your local bookstore. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.